this video here, we're going to take a look at box plots. So a box plot is a way to represent the median and quartiles for a set of data. What do we need here to draw a box plot? So let's just write down these measures. So we need the minimum value. We need the minimum value here. We also need the lower quartile. We need the median. We need the upper quartile. And then finally, we need the maximum value. Okay, that's everything that we need there to draw a box plot. Once we have those measures, we can easily draw our box plot. So what would an example box plot look like here? Well, to begin with, you'd be given a scale. So think about this as kind of like your x-axis here. It might look, say, like that. Obviously, it should be a straight line. I'm doing this freehand here on a tablet, so it won't be the neatest, but that would be my scale here. And what the scale measures is dependent on the context of the question. So let's say you get given some information here about the heights of, say, a number of plants in centimeters. Your scale here would measure the heights in centimeters. That would be for height in centimeters there. Okay. So what you need to do now is also plot these measures here on your scale. So what would this look like here? Well, your minimum value will be somewhere down here towards the left, and your maximum value will be somewhere up here towards the right. So obviously we have no context here, we have no actual figures, but let's just say we're going to kind of plot an example box plot here. So my minimum value might be, say, down here, like so. We then have the lower quartile here, a bit further up, let's say there. We'd then have the median. Again, this would be a bit further up, like so. We'd have the upper quartile, and then finally we'd have the maximum value. So these three middle values here, so this is the lower quartile, the median, and the upper quartile, they form the box. So if we join these up here, we get something that looks like this. Okay, so that's the box there for our box plot. What we need to do now is connect the box here to the minimum value and the maximum value. We're connecting these together here. We get something that looks like that. Okay. So let's just kind of note here what each thing is. So this one here is the minimum value. This here is this one here is the lower quartile. I'll just call that LQ. This one here, middle, that's the median. I know we don't have loads of room here. This one here now is the upper quartile. I'll call that UQ. And then finally, this here is my maximum value. Okay, we'll call that the max value there. Okay. And there we have it. So that's what we need here to draw a box plot. That's what a box plot will typically look like. So that's everything that we need there now for a box plot. So what we're going to do now is just take a look at one question here for drawing a box plot. If we take a look now at this practice question here, we're asked to draw a box plot for the following information. We've got the minimum, the lower quartile, the median, the upper quartile, and the maximum. We've got everything that we need here now to draw the box plot. So we go to our scale here. Now obviously in the context of this question, we don't know what these numbers actually represent here. Okay, but that doesn't matter. We can still draw the box plot. So for the minimum here, that's 15. So just check along the scale here. So 15 would be halfway between 10 and 20 here. That would be this line here. So if I just draw the minimum on here, like so, that's my minimum there. Now for the lower quartile here, that's 22. So this would be 20, 21, 22 here. So let me just draw lower quartile on there. Let's say that's my lower quartile. Moving on to the median now, that's 32. So 30, 31, 32. That might look, say, something like that. The upper quartile here now is 45. So again, halfway between 40 and 50 here. That gives us our upper quartile here. So do use a ruler when you're doing this. I'm doing it freehand, not the neatest. And then finally, the maximum here is 57. This would be 55, 56, 57. So it will look, say, something like that. Okay. So now remember, we connect the middle three values here. So the lower quartile, median, and the upper quartile, they form the box. So let's just connect those together, join them up. Like so. In fact, let me try that again. It should look a little bit neater than that. It's not perfect. Let's try again. There we go, that's a bit better. And then do the same here at the bottom. Like so. That forms the box there. And now remember, we connect the box here to the minimum value and the maximum value. We'll get something that looks like this. Okay. And there we have it. So that's a box plot representing this information here. And that gives us the solution there to that practice question. And that's what brings us to the end of this video on box plots.